Back. So in this video we are going to show you how to set up your environment and try to install some software or development tool, or we call it IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, where you can write your code or you C language code and then compile this code and generate some software. So we need to write our software code in some environment, compile it there, and generate some exe file or file of the software after compilation. So we have several integrated development environment. We call this one IDE, Integrated Development Environment. This environment means software to write your code. So this will be more clear when we start showing you when we run this IDE and start writing some code there. So to set up in your computer the environment or the IDE, there are many famous IDE to use to write code or C language code. One of them is Code Blocks. Okay, there is another one which we call it Visual Studio here, and we will see both of them in this video. But now we will write in Google Code Blocks, and then we will visit this one, and then we go to download section, and then we will download based on what are the operating system we have here. But I have Windows, so I will download this one for Windows. There is also for Linux and for Mac. So if you have a Mac computer or you have a Linux computer like Ubuntu, in this case you can install this software there. But for us, we are using Windows, so we will set up this one for Windows. And here is the exe file which we would like to install. So when we click, it will go to this. Those are all for Windows. And we will go to this one, for example. And then this one we just wait, and it will start installing the software, downloading the software. We will continue after this software finish download. So after we finish downloading the software or the IDE of Code Blocks, so we will execute this one, like starting the setup, and we will go here, next, I agree. And here it will tell you what are the settings you want. So I will use full installation. So there are several, like minimum, standard. If you have like limited storage in your computer, you can choose the other options. But for me, I will use the full installation. And then it will tell you where is the path, and we will start installing. So it's like next, next, next. That's it. Okay, so we will wait until the installation finish. And then here it will ask you, do you want to run Code Blocks? So yes. It will start running. So the good thing about this software is that it has, it's a freeware. So that means it's a free, the software is a free, and this in IDE is very popular because it's a free. Here, after we launch the Code Blocks, we found that it will tell me here that there is no compiler detected. So no compiler detected. So in this case, we will say okay, and then we need to install some compiler for the environment. Okay, so one of those compilers are here. So currently not the default application. So if you see here, this is so we will say here leave everything as it is, and in this case we don't have any compiler set up for this environment. Now to set up a compiler, we have some common compiler like Mini GW. This one is a famous compiler. If you go to Mini GW in Google, this is just compiler. So we have the place where we can write code. We call this one Code Block. So here we can write code. So we will have some file, and then we can write in the file any code we want. Okay, so this is how things are working. So, but before that, we need compiler. So to get the compiler, we need to have the compiler. So we can have several options here. One of them is mini-GW. So this one is a compiler. We will connect this compiler with the code blocks. So we click here, and then you will have here the this one, how to the main page of the compiler. Yeah, here is download installer. Yeah, this one. So download installer here in the end of the page. Here, download installer. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Okay, download installer. It will install for you this exe file. Then when you got this exe file, it will start, just go next, and it will show you what kind of compiler you will go next, and then it will show you this page. In this page, you have here the compiler you want to download. So this compiler is supporting the C compiler here, and if you want to in the future write like C++ or so, you can install this one. So you will click here and say this one mark for installation, and then you will say this one mark for installation, and then that's it. So after that you will apply changes, and then apply. It will start installing the compilers inside. So these compilers will be in the C folder inside your hard disk in this one, mini-GW. So here is mini-GW, and the compiler will be here. Okay, so we will stop the video here, and then we will continue after this one finish the installation. So after we have already installed that, so this is the last message after you start installing. This is will be the last message. That means already install all the components of the compiler, and if you see here, it's already installed. Okay, so this one will be installed, and those are in the GW. So now let's go back to code block, and we go to the setting, and we go to the compiler, and in the compiler here we will say we will go to this one and say auto detect again. It will say auto detect, we found the C mini-GW. So it's already here, the compiler we already installed. Okay, so if you don't want to go in this hassle, you can install the compiler first and then code block next. If you install the compiler first, in this case, automatically when you install the code block, it will detect the compiler. So in this case, no need to do this step. Okay, so after you installed here, now let's see how we can make a project. So I will go to file and then a new, and then in here I will say project, and then after that I will choose a console project. So we will start our course by console projects. Console project mean that means you will create software, and those software will run on a black screen like this one. Okay, so some black screen. So the software will be on black screen. That means this is, we call it console application. Okay, so I will say here console application, and then I will say OK, and then next, and then I will choose it from here C project. That means I will write my code inside this project as C code. Okay, next, and then I will put here the title of my project. So for example, first project, and then I will put the path of the project. So here I already created in the C directory, I created some folder for C project, and then in C here I will create, for example, first project. Okay, this is a folder, and then in this folder I will choose this one is my, for example, folder for the code, where I will save the code and also the exe file of the software. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, then next I will go next, and it will tell me what kind of compiler you will use. Yes, I will use this compiler, don't touch it. So then after that, say here you will have a debug section, and there will be a release section. So inside user software there will be debug section and release section, and we will talk about those in details later. Okay, but for now just leave them as it is. That means create inside the project debug section and release section. And here we go. So here we have our first project, and in this project there is a source file, and here is the C file. This one is the file, and this file contain the C code. How to make the size of your font of this one big? You will click on the keyboard Control plus scroll. You will the mouse scroll. Okay, so mouse scroll. So you will scroll the mouse and click with the control. You will make the font size big, small as you want. Okay. Then here you will have our first software in C language, and this software will create Hello World. Okay. How to execute this one? You can execute this one in a debug mode or release mode. Okay. You can choose from here anything. So I will choose release, for example, and then I will say run here. Click the green line. And this one has, okay, so you will build. You will wait until this one is built. And now you have the software. So the software here is Hello World. This is the software in the black screen. You see, this is a console. This is the black screen, and there is Hello World here. Now, this one is your software. This software is creating just Hello World. Okay. Now, if you go to the folder of the software, here is the C project, and then first project, you will find, okay, I have this one here. And if you see here, there is the main file, that means main.c, that means this is the code. Here we write your code. This is the code we will study. We will learn in this course how to write C code. Okay, so all the code will be here. And then there is the bin. This folder contain the software exe file. So here is it. You see, application software. So if you double click on this one, it will run the software. And this software is this software is just exe file. So and it's it's run fast and close. So if you want to see this one from the console, from the black screen, you will just say here. You can, for example, say CMD, C command prompts in your Windows. Just in the search of the Windows, you say command prompts, and in the command prompts, you will go to this location. Okay. So how to do that? So you say, okay, so I will go out from this area, so like this, and then I will say CD. This is just for just to show you evidence that this software is software, and this software execute and will do Hello World, but you will not do that anytime in the future. Okay, this is just to like convince you that this one is a software. That's it. Okay, you will not do this one every time you run your software. Okay, so I will go to C project, and then I will go to first project, and then I will go to first project, then I will go to bin, and then I will go to release. Here is it. I'm in the directory, and then inside this one I will just say first exe or execute. It will be Hello World. You see, that means this is evidence. That means this one is a software, and you can run this software anytime. Okay, so this is how you execute the software from command line. But if you don't want, but we will not do that anytime in the future. So we are running the software from here every time. So we will not do that step of opening command line. So here is it, Hello World, and that's it. Okay. Now you can put here, if you don't want this one to print, you can say here, for example, this is my first software. Okay, like this. What is this one here? This one mean a new line. Go to new line. Okay, so create a new line and then execute the software one more time. And okay, I did not save. First I will save and then execute. Okay, I think I need to build and run. Okay. Yeah, this is my first software. Okay. So, and as you see, it will go new line, and then it will show you this one. But if you don't put the new line, if you forgot this one means no new line. If you don't put this one, just build and run. you see there is no new line. So there was space here, but now disappear. This space disappear. Okay, this is the meaning of that. It's like enter. So this one is exactly like you click enter after that. Okay, so you can make multiple sentences from this one. Okay, for example, you say this is my first software and I'm enjoying C language programming. Okay, so C language programming. For example, I'm enjoying C language programming and let's build and run. Okay, so you'll have two sentences now. So if you see here, yeah, this is my first software, I'm enjoying C language programming. Okay, so this is how you can execute the software. So that's it for this video. In this video, we talk about how to install the code block. So we installed in this software code blocks, okay, and also we installed compiler, and we installed here. So we installed here a mini GW compiler, and in this compiler is very important to code block to compile your C language code. So I really recommend you, if you don't want to go in before you install code blocks, I really recommend you to install this one first. Install the compiler first, and then in the compiler, after you install the compiler, you will go and install code blocks. This will be more easy for you. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you, and I will see you next time.